Okay, this is the third time I've attempted to make this video. Hopefully this time it will come out better, my editing software won't mess up, and I'll actually be able to get my point across. Right, I actually want to discuss something that is a valid point, to be fair, and it was made by a YouTuber named Gimmeabreakman, and he currently is a YouTuber who lives in Japan. He does like lots of basically vlogging and news and stuff like that. It's just stuff that's really informative. He actually collabed with Abroad in Japan, another YouTuber that I've been watching, based around Japan. It's quite interesting. And he and another YouTuber brought up an interesting topic that is about sort of like anime and how people who like, again, the video it was only edited and it was just discussion, so forgive me if I don't get everything that was said. It was about an hour ago that I watched it, but basically they mentioned that basically people that like anime are not really, they're interested in the culture but not so much, and people who are interested in the culture through anime will not be so much interested in their channels. Somewhat agree with that, because again, the word basically like otakus and nerds and geeks are a very wide range of people, and saying that like one individual group of people basically this is it, this is right, this is how it is, not completely accurate. I mean, again, I'm going to touch on some stuff that's personal to me and stuff that sort of relates to me on my side, and why I like anime, why I like the culture in Japan, and I'll get into that later in the video. But again, we're starting with this. Basically, they mentioned a fun thing actually. People go into Japan and they go nuts over convenience stores. And I don't know about you, but if I went to Japan, I probably would go nuts about convenience stores. Sorry. Again, I've never travelled around. I'm only 20 years old. I've only been to France, and that was years ago. And really, because of my upbringing, I wasn't offered a lot of like holidays. I wasn't able to go abroad. My cultural upbringing was more in the north of England and that sort of stuff. So again, it's very sort of linear. I'm very biased towards that sort of culture. So learning about a different culture and seeing simple things like a different thing in a convenience store, like for instance in the UK, convenience stores or like the co-op Spars and stuff like that, are not actually open after sort of 10, 11 at night. And apparently in Japan they're open 24 hours, and I've seen videos of people going over to Japan and going into a convenience store buying bread or whatever at like 2 in the morning. And it seems a bit weird. I mean, yeah, you get the odd big supermarket which is open 24 hours, and not the small convenience stores like the corner shops and stuff like that. Like for instance, today actually I had a weird craving for an energy drink, and I wanted to go to the shop, but my dad rang me at like 9 o'clock. The shop that I'm going to it closes at 10. So I was pretty pissed off at my dad because he made me like lose out on getting an energy drink, which is kind of sad to think about it. But anyway, it brings up like I said, a personal thing for me, because I do want to go live in Japan. I know it sounds weird because he did mention, some 15-year-old kids, like, they just go away to Japan, or they think they're going to Japan, they've never been to the country, they never experienced the culture, they don't know what it's like. And it's the same for me. I don't know where my life will go in the next sort of 5-10 years. I'm hoping the direction I wanted to go is in a stable job, earning stable money, stuff like that. I mean, I am currently in the process of applying to university. I'm hoping that I get into the university that I want, because it will mean the world to me, mean a lot to someone who hasn't successfully gone through the education process from a younger age, to do it a little bit later on in life. I know it's not much later, 2021, but again, it means a lot to me to actually be accepted into university with someone who hasn't had the opportunity to go to university earlier in life. Now, a bit of backstory on this, again getting a bit personal here. At the moment as it stands, my personal opinion on people wanting to go abroad or live abroad or work abroad is totally fine. I don't know if you completely understand about the economics here in the UK. I know it's bad everywhere else in the world, but this is what I know personally from living in this sort of economic climate in the UK, and it is not very good. Now that being said, the work that I've done is limited to stuff like factory work, and I've just recently done door-to-door sales work, which horrible, which I'm kind of glad to be out of. But again, the type of work that is available is very low pay, and you're not expected to have the best life here, really. So a lot of people my age and onwards are sort of thinking about moving away to other countries to sort of get away from it, earn more money, experience a different culture, that sort of stuff. It's an adventure, really. Now, again, the reasons why I personally want to move away is going to differ from everyone else. I personally don't see any connection to my country, which is, again, England, purely because the way that I was brought up was I lived with my dad, and he had a very bad alcohol problem, and this affected I'm not going to blame it on this, but it affected my education. I had to sort of like work around him being drunk. I couldn't have friends over, I couldn't study a lot of the time. And I know I'll probably send this to one of my friends he's interested in stuff like that, but we actually tried to study a couple of times, and he did not like it. My dad was a bit weird when he got a bit drunk. Anyway, that's beside the point. My dad actually ended up moving away, which made I had to live on my own. Again, this is the reason why I haven't been able to get into the education system properly in this country. So again, if I do get into education and available to like maybe study abroad, it'll be brilliant. It's an adventure. I'd love to do something like that. I've mentioned this in the video that I did before, the one that really consistent. But yeah, I was thinking recently about teaching. Now this cropped up. Now this is important, because this is actually an influence that these YouTubers are having on me, especially Gimmeabreakman. You guys have both names. He actually mentioned about teaching in Japan. Now my friend, he's thought about doing that, and I think he's pursuing that now. But it never really occurred to me, and it occurred to me to teach in the UK. It's been a sort of like little sort of, if I do get my degree, I could possibly go into teaching, whatever. Again, the influences from my high school teachers and my secondary school teachers, one in particular, two actually, the math teacher that I had in the last year of high school, and my IT teacher, they were brilliant, and they actually inspired me to do a lot of the stuff that I do now. Like my IT teacher kind of inspired me to progress in IT and learn more about what I might not normally learn about. Like I was interested in sort of taking computers apart and whatever, but I was never really interested in the side of programming before until this point. And yeah, again, these little things have made me think about my life, and again, this is something interesting. But I was thinking about doing teaching in the UK, being like an IT teacher, and learning about being a teacher abroad. Now that'd be interesting. I know what not an AP assistant. I know what a assistant teacher does. It's like if I was to teach English in Japan, obviously it was explained on Gimmeabreakman's video where he talks about this sort of stuff. But basically, they stand in the class and they sort of give an audible sort of pronunciation of the language, the English language, which again, it helps a lot of people to learn, especially the kids. And if I did that, I think I would be able to make quite a good impact on a lot of like kids, and it'd be nice to put on like a CV to sort of then bring back home and start my career as a teacher here. Again, this is one possibility. I don't know exactly where my life will go. I don't know if I'll go down that route. But if I did go down that route, I would definitely think about teaching in Japan as an English teacher, just again so I can put it on my CV, and it'd be nice to show to people. Again, a lot of the draw to Japan and Japanese culture is it is like an adventure. It is like something you don't really see every day. Now again, I've never really travelled, so it's nice to see these videos of just like the simple things of like Gimmeabreakman. Basically, he's basically biking around on his bike, going to work on his bike, filming it. That is like interesting to me. It is really interesting because you see the cities, you see the town. Like there was one where they were walking around, I don't know where it was. I can't remember where the place was. I think it was Akibara or something, where they were going through the AKB40 something. I think it was like the shops and stuff like that. And there was like the idol person, and she was like giving out the flyers, and that was just interesting. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed watching that. Now, another thing that, obviously, like I said, I am a massive fan of anime. I'm not gonna lie, this is a big thing for me, but it's the same way as like other mediums, such as video games. I'm a massive fan of video games. Not so much anymore. I used to be a lot bigger on video games, but not so much anymore. Or stuff like films, other TV shows. I'll eat it all up. I'm a nerd, I'm a geek. I go to conventions and stuff like that and whatever. I'm a massive nerd. So I will eat that up, and anything like that, like anything anime related, anything manga, well not so much manga, comics, again, I'm into comics but not so much. But what interests me about Japanese culture, what draws me into the Japanese culture side of it, because yeah, I could just watch anime, think, oh, it's just anime. Because you get like the vibe of it, it's pretty easy to understand. I know the guy was saying on the video that I'm sort of on about, that I'm talking about, he was saying that people learn the Japanese language so they can get the culture, they can understand it. But I don't think that's why people watch anime. People watch anime because it's an escape. It's cool, it's fun, it's whatever. It's romance, it's drama, it's the shonen stuff like Naruto and stuff like that. Again, I don't watch that, but some people do. It's an escape like any other media. Now, with that in mind, I forgot where I was going now. But with that in mind, like he does have a point. He does have a big point about YouTube, not just YouTube, sorry, about people giving up everything to move to Japan. They think, oh, I'm going to live in Japan, I'm going to move in Japan, that's going to be my life. I'm going to have no problem there. I have not been to Japan, I don't know what it's like, but I can guarantee it's going to be pretty much the same as here. You know what I mean? It's going to be random assholes everywhere, like every culture. It's not going to be the land of paradise that a lot of people seem to think it is. It's not the land where everyone's kawaii and manga-ified or anime-ified. It's weird. Again, he said this in this video. He said it's weird. The Japanese people find anime weird, and yeah, that's cool. Like English people find games weird. English people find cartoons weird. I mean, the recent big one was My Little Pony and Adventure Time in the West. People find that weird, and I kind of agree with them. Like Adventure Time is a little bit weird. My Little Pony is a little bit weird, but some people like that. Again, I like anime, I can't really judge. So I'm hoping this was somewhat informative. Again, this is completely off the top of my head. I don't know where I was supposed to be going with this. But yeah, the guy that I'm on about, again, I have 7 subscribers. He has like 30,000, well, so many thousand, I don't know how many he has. But he is really informative, and if I do send this to him, I'll do a video response. I don't know if he can do that anymore. But I would, if he does watch this, I would very much like to say I've enjoyed my time subscribed to you. It has been so fun to watch, basically, well, to learn about another culture, to learn about something else that I'm not used to. It is education, and anything that you put out is sort of like a documentary, in a way. It's a documentary of your life in Japan, about Japanese culture, and it's really interesting to watch. So I thank you ever so much for putting out this content for me on a regular basis. And again, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of anyone that does this sort of stuff. If you're interested in any of my subscribers, 7 subscribers, if any of my subscribers are actually interested in learning about Japanese culture and other cultures, I might put up some videos on English culture, because I know there's a lot of foreign people on YouTube. I think it's heavily American based. I don't know how many people actually go on YouTube from other countries. Again, I'm English, whatever, ignorant. But no, yeah, I might do some English culture videos because that's what I know. I know about England and stuff like that. And if I do ever go abroad, I'll put some more stuff up, put some more vlogs, whatever. But yeah, where was I going with that? I don't know. But yeah, oh yeah, I'll put up the links to his channel, and another channel I'd like to mention is Abroad in Japan. He is funny as hell. I follow him on Tumblr, and not Tumblr, on Twitter. He is so funny. Like, his videos are, again, it's sort of like a parody. I view it as a parody. He's got this sort of English humour in there, and he's like, he just sits around and eats snacks all day. Not a problem with that, that's what I would do if I went there, but again, it's brilliant. I'll put a link to both the channels. Gimmeabreakman, Gimmeaflameman has 2 channels, I'll put them on there. Again, my subscribers aren't that much, but again, whatever, if I get, hopefully. So yeah, if you're normally watching this, I'd like to also plug away at my social media stuff. So if you would like, comment, subscribe on my video, I'll be really appreciated. It'd make me smile and feel happy inside. Yeah, thank you for watching, and see you later.